Namo Buddhassa. Welcome all to our weekly Dhamma series, Dhamma discourse series. And we are doing discourses on Sīla Niddesa in Visuddhimagga. And our teacher, Bhante Pinkande Damithasara from Sri Lanka, is going to take us the series for us. Today is lecture number 2. Before we do our series start, I wanted to introduce Bhante. Our teacher, Bhante Pinkande Damithasara, has MA in Buddhist Studies from Kelaniya University in Sri Lanka and Prācīna Pandita degree from Oriental Studies Society of Sri Lanka, giving him proficiency in Sinhala, Pali and Sanskrit languages. Bhante was topper Pan Sri Lanka for his Royal Pandit degree. Bhante has multiple bachelor's and master's degrees in various subjects as Buddhist Studies, Pali Studies, Buddhist Psychology and Counselling, etc. The detailed studies led him to have teaching interests in Pali, Prakrit and Sanskrit Studies, Buddhist Sanskrit, Sanskrit Literature, Oriental Literature and Culture, and Buddhist Studies. Throughout his academics, Bhante has been topper and been awarded gold medals and kept meritorious academics with multiple publications. He has long list of publications in the topics of his interests and has been teaching faculty as well at multiple universities and societies where he has studied earlier and has shown meritorious academics. There is a lot to talk about Bhante's achievements. This is just a short synopsis. With much gratitude and happiness on behalf of all the participants, I welcome Bhante Pinkande Damithasara for this Dhamma discourse series on Sīla Niddesa in Visuddhimagga. And on behalf of all the participants, request Bhante to please give us the Dhamma Desana today. Venerable Bhante Pinkande Damithasara.
Mr. Pankaj. Today we are going to start our second Dhamma topic on Visuddhimagga. Before going to start our session, our Dhamma Desana, please join with me to worship our exalted one, blessed one, first of all. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. And then, once again, I am very happy to see you again. Today, I would like to elaborate or discuss about the Sīla Niddesa. Furthermore, this is our second day. Last week, we discussed the first page or 2 pages in Visuddhimagga. On that pages, let I refresh your memory. As we discussed last week, we have started with the specific gatha, Sīle Patiṭṭhāya Narosapanno, likewise, so on. And in that session, we have discussed about the different ways of Visuddhimagga, different ways of path of purification according to the Pali canon. Venerable Buddhaghosa has extracted so many ways from Tripitaka and included to prove the various kind of path to achieve the Nibbana. I wanted to share my thing. Yes, now you can see the Visuddhimagga text. Uh, Last week we discussed about the Nidana Katha, and uh, the various kind of Nibbana, various kind of the path of Nibbana, and today I would like to start from here. This is the exposition of uh, the specific gatha. Sīle patiṭṭhāya naro sapañño. Uh, Venerable Buddhaghosa wanted to elaborate, explain much more or much further to be understood the listeners. And here, from here, uh, yes, it is the Pali text. Tatridang Sankhepa Vannana. Tatridang Sankhepa Vannana Sīle patiṭṭhāyāti Sīle Tattva. According to the Buddhism, Sīla is the very crucial. When we practice the Buddhist path, Buddhist practice, Sīla is must. Before the establishment of the Sīla, we cannot go beyond without Sīla, without the foremost and first path, first way, first method would achieve our goal. So, the Venerable Buddhaghosa wanted to explain the Sīle Patiṭṭhāya Gatha, that Gatha much more further. Tatridang Sankhepa Vannana, but here he mentioned Tatra Idang. In this context, Idang Sankhepa Vannana. Sankhepa means the brief. Vannana means commentary. Buddhaghosa wanted to give a brief commentary on uh, above mentioned Gatha, Sīle Patiṭṭhāya. Then Sīle Patiṭṭhāyāti Sīle Tattva. You are very familiar to Pali language. Sīle Tattva means establishing or standing on Sīla. Standing on Sīla. Sīlang pari Sīlang Paripurayamano yeva chetta Sīle Patiṭṭhāyāti Vucchati. Etha Sīlang Paripurayamano, the fulfilling morality. After fulfilling the morality, is called Sīle Patiṭṭhito. The person who established or who stood on the seal. That is called Sīle Patiṭṭhāya. That is the meaning of Sīle Patiṭṭhāya. Then Tasma Sīla Paripuranena. Asma Sīla Paripuranena Sīle Patiṭṭha Hitvāti Ayametta Atto. Ayametta Atto. Ayametta Atto. Here, Ayang etta atto in verb sandhi pada ayang and etta all together and combine word. Ayang means here. This etta means in this context. Atto means meaning. Here in this context, the Sīla paripuranena. Sīla by fulfilling the morality, by completing the morality. Sīla, Sīle pati Sīle patitta hittvāti ayametta atto. That is the meaning. Here, Venerable Buddha was mentioned. Naroti satto. Naro iti. Here, naro means satto, human beings. Animal beings or sentient beings cannot uh, observe the seal, cannot practice the seal. So only human beings can be able to practice morality or Sīla. That's why Naro mentioned. Uh, and Sapanyoti, that is very important word here. Please draw your attention on that word, Sapanya, endowed Panya, endowed the wisdom, Panya. Sapanyo iti kammajaya Tihetuka patisandhi panyaya panya. Kammajaya. Kammaja means that something mm, something happen or arise by the kamma. That is called kammaja. There is uh, kind of birth or appear or happen. Ja. Pankaja means likewise pankaja. Panka means muddy, no? Ja means where the what something at rise or in the muddy place or in the
Corner.
lake. Yeah, that is called pankaja. It's called pankaja. Pankaja means another meaning. It has the lotus flower. Hmm? Likewise, kammaja. Kammaja is we have born with the power of kamma because of karma, because of action, past action. Kammaja hetu kamma kammaja kammajaya tihetuka patisandhi panya. Tihetuka patisandhi. That is the very important. What are the causes? What are the good conditions? Good condition to have our birth. Good condition. Tihetu. There are three noble root conditions. Three noble root conditions which wants to be as a human being or whatever being, we born again with the three noble root conditions. What are they? Um, greedless, hateless, and uh, undeludedness. Greedlessness, hatelessness, undeludedness. Let's say uh, in Pali version we can say uh, with loba, dosa, moha, root conditions. Root uh, conditions. The one who have born as a ahetuka patisandhi, that meaning there are three kind of beings. Ahetuka patisandhi puggala, nara, dihetuka patisandhi puggala, as well as tihetuka patisandhi puggala. Ahetuka, vihetuka, and tihetuka. I suppose you are very familiar those things because I talk with uh, Venerable Thera, Vimala Vansa Thera, He always discussing with you in Abhidhamma topics as well as meditation topics. You are very keen on so many Dhamma discussions. So I suppose you are very expert in Abhidhamma as well. So no need to explain uh, Ahetuka, Dvihetuka and Tihetuka Patisandhi. So anyhow, uh, here when the Buddha Ghosa mentioned, the person who was born with the power of karma, especially he must have Tihetuka Patisandhi. Tihetuka Patisandhi. That when he was born in the moment of was born in the mother's womb, at that time his mind is completely greedlessness, hatelessness, undeludedlessness, undeludedness, undeludedness. So that person called Tihetuka Patisandi, Puggalo, Naro, Satto, human being. Tihetuka Patisandi, Panyaya Panyava. If one person was born in that quality, Tihetuka Patisandi quality, that person known as Panyava, Sapanyo, Sapanyo Naro, Sapanyo Naro. Chittang Panyancha Bhavayanti. Here, Chittang Panyancha Bhavayanti Samadhi Vipassanancha Samadhincheva Vipassanancha Bhavayamano. I have told you last discussion. Here, chitta means not the mind, but samadhi, concentration. And the Buddha goes again introduce about that. Chittang panyancha bhavayanti samadhincheva vipassanancha bhavayamano. We must practice uh, samadhi, concentration, and vipassana, insight as well. Chitta sisena hetta samadhi viddhitto. Yes, it was mentioned. Chitta sisena, under the chitta, the title of the chitta, the name of chitta here, samadhi viddhitto, concentration. Mention the concentration. Samadhi viddhitto. Panya namena ja vipassana. Panya sisena. Under the name of Panya, in this Gatha mentioned the insight, insight, vipassana, vipassana, Panyana means vipassana. Then atapiti, atapiti, viryava, atapi, atapa, tapeti means burn, burn something, tapeti. Atapi means the uh, quality of the state of be be burned. Quality. We must have the ability to burn defilements, cankers. That is the meaning of atapi. Atapiti viryava. Virya means the effort, enthusiastic, strengthen, strength. We must have strengthened to burn the defilements. Atapiti viryava. Viryangi kilesana. Viryangi kilesana atapana paritapanattena atapoti vichati. Call, why we known as atapa, as virya, under the virya name. Here Buddha Ghosa mentioned why we call atapa. Kilesana atapana paritapanattena. Especially uh, this effort must have to be burned and uh, mm, especially really, really burn. Uh, the defilements, kilesanangatapat, defilements and cankers. So, tadassa attiti, tang assa attiti atapi. Tang assa, that quality is possessed to that person. That is why that person known as atapi, atapi person. And nipakoti, nipaka, uh, nipakoti here, nipakoti, nepakang vichati panya. Nipako means here, nipaka means another panya, another panya. Another panya means that is different from earlier mentioned panya. Sapanyo is the one particular panya, and here nepakang is another panya. It is different from sapanya. We can discuss what is the difference. Now, please remember this nipaka term mentioned the another wisdom, another wisdom. What's that? Taya samannagatoti atto nepakang uchati panya. Here, panya has another synonym, another technical term. It is the nepakang. Nepakang uchati panya. Taya samannagatoti atto. The one who has that panya is called nipako. Nipako. Imina pada panena, padena, imina padena, parihariya panyam dasseti. Imanghi parihariya, imanghi panyabhyakarane tikkatum panya agata. Yes. Parihariya panya means what? Nepakang uchati panya and parihariya panya is uh, very prudent. You know, prudent. Prudent means we must capable. Uh, we are very capable to take decision, observing the situation. After the observing situation, we must take the decision without any hesitation. We must face the difficult situation without taking undisturbance decision. It is the parihariya panya. Parihariya panya. Nipakoti etta parihariya panyam dasseti. Nipaka means that quality, that wisdom. Imanghi panyabhyakarane tikkattum panya agata. This Dhamma Gata, this stanza, there are three kind of panya have mentioned. The panya term has mentioned thrice. Thrice. Tikkattum. Tikkattum means thrice. No? Tikkattum panya agata. What are those three places? Satta Patama Jati Panya. Patama means the first panya is Jati Panya. Dutiya, the second one is Vipassana Panya. The Vipassana Panya, insight, wisdom, wisdom, Vipassana Panya. And Tatiya, Sabbakicca Parinayika, Parihariya Panya. Sabbakicca Parinayika. Now you can understand with the Sapanya term, Buddha was mentioned, Patama Jati Panya. Jati Panya means we have the innate Panya. Innate means that the quality or state that you have when you born. When you born. It is come from our samsaric power. It's come from last our the our samsara. So, Dutiya Vipassana Panya. The second Panya is the wisdom, insight Panya, insight meditation. And Atiya Sabba Kiccha Parinayika Parihariya Panya. Sabba Kiccha. Kiccha means action. We always doing our daily life by doing so many action, so many duties. While we doing any kind of duty, we must have the general knowledge. General knowledge. We call it common sense as well. While we doing facing any situation, we must have common sense, general knowledge. General knowledge also compulsory while we are practicing the Buddhism. That's why here mentioned in the Buddha goes thrice, three kind of panya, three kind of pans. Yes. Then samsare, bhikkhu. Then Buddha goes started to commentary, give the commentary on bhikkhu. Samsare bhayang upatiti bhikkhu. Why we call the bhikkhu as bhikkhu? Sansare bhayang ikkatiti. Bhikkhu must have, that monk must have the ability to uh, overcome bhayang, fear. He must have ability to overcome or remove, get rid of every and each fear. Fear. In that sense, uh, monks call as bhikkhu. Here, not only mention even the monk, but also in the under the bhikkhu name, here mention the four type of disciples. Disciples, bhikkhu, bhikkhuni, upasaka, upasika as well. So, uh, all through four groups must have ability to overcome such kind of fear. Then so imang vijate jatanti iminaja silenaja chittasisena uh, chittasisena nidditto imina mm, so imang vijate jatanti so iminacha silena iminacha chittasisena nidditta samadhina imayacha trividhaya panya iminacha ආතාපේනාචි චහි ධම්මේහි සමන්නාගතෝ බික්ඛු. Here chahi dhammehi samannagato bhikkhu. Chahi dhamma means here Buddha Gosa, Venerable Buddha Gosa have mentioned the sixfold qualities. What are the sixfold qualities here in this Gatha? First one is Sīla. So iminacha Sīle. Second one is Chitta Sīsena Nidditta Samadhina. The second one is Samadhi. And third one is Imayacha Tividhaya Panya. The threefold Panya. Altogether, Sīla, Samadhi, and three kind of Panya. Altogether, five. And last one, Iminacha Atapenati. Atapa is another quality. The quality of burn all the defilements. All the defilement. To suppress your defilement. That is the Atapa. Altogether now, those six kind of quality. With six kind of quality. One who has those six kind of quality, that person uh, here mentioned. Chahidammehi samannagato bhi. Yes. Then Seyatapi. Here, the very specific simile. When you are reading Sutta or when you are reading Pali discourses, you come across uh, this term, this word Seyatapi. Seyatapi means when we talks about the simile, it start from Seyatapi, Yatapi, Yatapi, Seyatapi, and Via, Iva. Those are the uh, preposition to identify the similes. Seyatapi nama puriso pataviyang patittaya. Pataviyang patittaya sunisitang sattang ukkipitva mahantang velugumbang vijateyya एवमेव सीले पतित्थाय समाधिशिलाय सुनिशितं विपස්සනා पඤ්ඤා सत्तं विरियबलपग्गहीतेन पඤ්ඤා පාරිහාරිය පඤ්ඤා හත්තේන උක්කිපිත්වා සබ්බම්පිතං අත්තනෝ సంతాනේ පත්තං තණ්හා ජටං විජටෙය්‍ය සංචින්දෙය්‍ය සම්පදාලෙය්‍ය මග්ගක්කනේ පනේස තං ජටං විජටේති නාම පලක්කනේ විජටිත ජටෝ සදේවකස්ස ලෝකස්ස දක්ඛිනෙය්‍යෝති දක්ඛිනෙය්‍යෝ හෝති දක්ඛිනෙය්‍යෝ හෝති එනහ බංග listen here ප්‍රේතාපි නාම පුරිසු one person පඨවියං අතිට්ඨ හිත්වා please imagine the person who is standing on the floor try to patittaya sunisitang sattang ukkipitva getting sharp knife. Sunisitang sattang. Sharp knife after having getting the sharp knife. Mahantang velugumbang vijateyya. The vast and massive velugumbang, the bush of bamboos, entangle, then evameva sīle patittaya. Evameva, likewise, Sīla. Sīle patittaya. Standing on Sīla. Samadhi silaya sunisitang vipassana sattang. Samadhi is a kind of sila. Sila means the stone. Uh, that person uh, sharpen the knife. What kind of knife? The vipassana panya. Vipassana panya is kind of knife. It is here that phrase is metaphor. Metaphor means the kind of simile, but more than that metaphor. Then samadhi silaya sunisitang vipassana panya sattang, having taken that knife, viriyabala paggahitena, parihariya panya hattena. Parihariya panya is the common sense, it's a general knowledge, it's a kind of hand. Having taken with the hand of parihariya panya, sabbampi tang attano santane patitang tanha jatang. Tanha jatang. Craving, the tangle of craving. It's appear in our mind, in his mind. He try to entangle with the power of those panya and sila and samadhi. Samchindaya sampadale. He cut off all the craving by the power of sila samadhi panya. Then maggakkane panesa tang jatang vijateti nama. Maggakkana means the moment of the attain first or second or third or fifth, fifth or fourth or the sainthood, enlightenment. Maggakkana. the moment of the attained enlightenment. At that time, tang jatang vijatetina, the person known as trying to disentangling the tangle. Palakkani, the prusion, the moment of the prusion, palakkana, vijatita jato, he has completely entangled all the tangles, all the problems. He have resolved, all the problem. Then he is worthy to worship Sadeva Kasalokas, as well as Dakkineyo. He is worthy of religious donation. Aggadakkineyo is great, worthy, mm, completely worthy of uh, Dakkineyo. Dakkine means religious donation. Religious donation. That's then Tenaha Bhagava. That's why Buddha have mentioned Sīle Patittaya Naro Sapañño Chittam Paññanca Bhavayam Atapi Nipako Bhikkhu Soimang Vijataye Jatang Iti. Again, Venerable Buddha goes wanted to mention this Gatha, this specific Gatha. Then again, Tatrayam Yaya Paññaya Samannagato Buddho. Tatrasta Karaniyang Natti. Yaya Paññaya Sapanyoti Buddho here. Tatrayang Tatra Yaya Paññaya Sapanyoti Buddho. Tatrasta Karaniyang Natti. This statement, this sentence also very important. Why? Uh, in this Gatha have mentioned Sapanyo Naro. Sapanyoti Buddho. Taya when while the person have uh, sapanyo, tatras karaniyam nati. There is nothing to do in this life to develop the panya because he was born with particular of panya. It is the first panya. Tatras karaniyam nati. Nothing to do for the development of that panya. It's bring it has brought uh, with the with our last birth, huh? Last birth. You know, in Mahamangala Sutta, uh, Ubbeja Katapunyata, the quality of uh, have done so many meritorious deeds. Likewise, we have developed to some extent our previous birth, that quality, panya quality, our wisdom. Uh, while we was born, we have some extent panya. That's why here mentioned tatrasa karaniyang nothing. There is nothing to do uh, for the development of that panya. But purima kamma bhavena hissa sa siddha. That's was happened with the power of last our previous actions, power of previous actions. Then Atapi Nipakoti etta. Here, Atapi Nipakoti etta. Utta Viriya Vasenacha Panna Tena Satachakarina. Panya Vasenacha Sampajanakarina Hutta Sīle Patittaya Chitta Panya Vasena Buddha Samata Vipassana Bhave Tabba. Atapi and Nipako. Under the topic of, under the term of Atapi and Nipaka, we, on that context, on that word, we have to do something. Satachakari. We can develop the Sīla or another qualities by action continuously. Satachakari. Satachakari means action that doing continuously. Satachakari. And Panyavasena Sampajanakarina Hutva. Sampajanakari is what? We can practice the Buddhist way by acting in full awareness. Full awareness. Sampajanakari. After that, Sīle Padittaya Chitta Panyavasena Butta. Standing on Sīla, Chitta Panyavasena under the Samatha Vipassana Bhave Tabba. We must develop Samatha and Vipassana meditation under the topic of, under the terms of Chitta and Panya. Then Imamatra Bhagava Sīla Samadhi Panya Mukena Visuddhimaggang Dasseti. Imam Atra means here. Here means in this Gatha. Here, in this Gatha, Bhagava, exalted one, Sīla Samadhi Panya Mukena. Sīla Samadhi Panya Mukena. In that way, Visuddhimaggang Dasseti. Path of purification have mentioned under the topic of Sīla Samadhi Panya. Then Ettavatahi Isso Sikha Vividha Kalyanang Sasanam Tevijja here Ettavatahi Tisso Sikha Vividha Kalyanang Sasanam Tevijjatadinam Upanissayo Antadvaya Vajjana Majjima Patipatti Sevanani and Apayadi Samatikka Manupaya. And Tihakarehi Kilesa Pahanam Vitikkamadinam Patipakko Sankilesataya Visodana Sotapannadi Bhavassacha Karanam Pakasitang Hoti. This is very hard to understand. Please remember here, Venerable Buddha was mentioned 9 group of sect of Sīla Samadhi Panya. Tavatahi Tisso Sikha is one set under the training. Sikha means under the training. Under the topic of training, Buddha was elaborate Sīla Samadhi Panya. And Tivida Kalyanam Sasanam. You know, there are 3 kind of dispensation, 3 kind of discourses. Though every and each discourses delivered by Lord Buddha are excellent in the beginning, excellent in the middle, excellent at the end. In the end. It's called Trivida Kalyan. Adi Kalyanam, Pariyosana Kalyanam, and Majje Kalyanam, and Pariyosana Kalyan. And third one is Tevijjadinam Upanissayo. The third one. Upanissayo. Tevijjadinam Upanissayo. Sīla Samadhi Panya is mostly support to develop the Tevijja, the 3 kind of knowledge. 3 kind of knowledge. It is supportive to develop or become the Tevijja. Then Antadvaya Majjhima patipatti sevanani. What are the antadvaya? Veme bhikkave dhamma pabbajitena sevitabba. Antadvaya means uh, two extremes. Two extremes means the Atthakilambhātāna yoga and Kāmasukallika yoga. And Majjhima patipatti. Majjhima patipatti. The eightfold path. Majjhima patipatti. Patisevanani. Sīla Samadhi Panya is completely focused on those three, rejecting two extremes and developing one kind of uh, the path of eightfold path. Then apayadi, apayadi, apayadi samatikkamanupayo. Apayadi samatikkamanupayo. That is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 method. Fifth method. And Pihakarehi Kilesapahana is the sixth one. Vitikkamadinam Patipakko, seventh one. And Sankilesa Visodhana, eighth one. Sotapannadi Bhavattacha Karanam Pakasitang Hoti. That's the ninth one. Ninth one. Sīla Samadhi Panya, those three qualities have described many ways. Sikka, Kalyana, and Tevijja, those kind of using those kind of methods. Here is the elaboration of those words, those 9 methods. Katham, how to identify those 9 methods? Ettahi Sīlena Adhisīla Sikka Pakasita Hoti. Sīla Niddittena, Sīla Sīsena, under the topic of Sīla, here mentioned Adhisīla Sikka. Adhisīla Sikka, the noble and specific, unique morality, conduct, noble conduct. And Samadhi, Samadhina Adhichitta Sikka. Adhisīla Sikka is under the topic of Sīla, and Adhichitta Sikka have mentioned under the topic of Samadhi. And Panyaya Adhipanya Sikka. Adhipanya, the specific or noble or great Panya, the restraint of great Panya, to practice the great Panya. That quality have mentioned under the topic of Panya. That is the first group, first set of the explanation. And second one is Sīlenaca Sāsanassa Sīlena Sāsanassa Adi Kalyanata Pakasita Hoti. Under the topic of Sīla, Adi Kalyanata Sāsanassa Adi Kalyanata Pakasita Hoti. Elaboration of Adi Kalyanata, excellent of beginning, have mentioned. That's why Sīla is beginning of all the practices. Likewise, there are three kind of excellence in the Buddha's discourses: Adi Kalyana, Madhya Kalyana, Pariyosana Kalyana. So Adi Kalyana, under the topic of Adi Kalyana, Sīla have mentioned. Then because I have taken the example to elaborate this and explain this method. Kochadi Kusalanam Dhammanam Sīlancha Visuddhancha Vachanato. It is the text the saying in Pali canon. It is taken from Pali canon, Tripitaka. So, Sabba papas akarananti adi vachanatocha Sīlang sasanassa adi. Sabba papas akarana. You know, that's the specific gatha, or very famous, well-known gatha in Buddhism. So, the first line of that gatha have mentioned the Sīla, morality. Sabba papas akaranam means the morality. Then Sasanasa Adi, that is the basement of this dispensation, this practice. Panchakalyanam, that's also excellent because of what? Avippatisaradi guna vahatta. Avippatisara. Avippatisara is what? Avippatisara is a positive quality. Avippatisara, the non-confused mind. Hmm? Non-confused mind. We must develop that quality up to our death, until our death. Abhipatisara, mindfulness. When you have when you don't have mindfulness, sati, that is called avipatisara. Avipatisara. By observing sila, by practicing sila, you it means you develop the mindfulness. It means you develop the sati, mindfulness. Then that's why here mentioned sila will give you the repercussion or result, the, let's say positive result known as avipatisar, sati. Then samadhina majje kalyanata prakasita hoti. Under the topic of samadhi, here mentioned majje kalyan, excellence of excellence of middle, excellence of middle. And කුසලස්ස උපසම්පදායාති ආදි වචනතෝ සමාධි ශාසනස්ස මජ්ජෝ. The Sabbapapa Sakarana, in that stanza, the second line is Kusalassa Upasampada. By that line, have mentioned the Samadhi, concentration. Concentration. Then Samadhi Sasanasa Majju. Koja Kalyana, it is also excellent, it's also good. Because of what? Iddhividadi Gunamahatta. What are those qualities? Iddhividadi Gunamahatta. By the power of Samadhi, concentration, we can achieve those qualities. Those qualities. What qualities? The Iddhivida, flying through the air, walking on the water, diving into the earth. It's called Iddhivida. Creation, form, etc. Those are belongs to the Iddhivida category. Then Iddhivida, first one is Iddhivida, second one is Dibbasota. Dibbasota is the divine eye. Divine eye. If you have divine eye, we can hear the voice, hear the sounds far and near. And Parachitta Vijanana, third one, Parachitta Vijanana. Parachitta Vijanana is the power to pursue, power to penetrate the thoughts of others. Parachitta Vijanana. And fourth one, Pubbe Nivasanusati. It's the power to remember the past lives, oneself and others. Parachitta Vijana. And last one is the Dibba Chakku. Dibba Chakku, divine eye. Divine eye. If you have the Dibba Chakku knowledge, we can see. Hmm? We can see the heavenly or earthly things far and near, but wherever what happened from here, we can see with the power of those uh, knowledge. Those are called individual five five knowledge, five specific powers by the uh, with the result of after developing samadhi, we can achieve those powers. That's why here mentioned uh, samadhi. Samadhi sasanassa madhye socha kalyano iddhividadi gunavahatta. Iddhividadi gunavahatta. And lastly, panyaya. Panyaya sasanassa paryosana kalyanata pakasita. That's the last excellent at the last or end. In the end, pakasita hoti. Sacha. Sachitta pariyo dapana. Sachitta pariyo dapanang etang buddhana sasananti. Hi vachanato. Vachanato panyuttarato Panya sasanassa pariyosana. Sacha kalyana ittanittesu adibhavadi bhava adibhavava hanato. Avahanato. Avahanato. This is the third line and fourth line. Sachitta pariyodapanang etang buddhana sasanang iti panyuttarato. Panya is the noble. Right? With that gata, see, sabbapapasakaranang kusalassa upasampada sachitta pariyodapanang adi. That gata, the last line, last the three line, third line, I have mentioned panya. Panya sasanasa pariyosana. Panya is the last stage of this dispensation. Sacha kalyana. Kalyana. It's also benefited. It is also good. It's also excellent. Because of what? Uh, it, ittanittesu sadibhava avahanato. Ittanittesu, we come across two kind of experience, pleasant and unpleasant. Itta means pleasant, anitta means unpleasant. Anitta means unpleasant. It's a combined word, itta and anitta. All together combined. Ittanittesu. Tadi bhava avahanato. Tadi bhava means equanimity. If you have pleasant or unpleasant emotion, unpleasant situation, you must practice the balance. You must practice equanimity. Equanimity. Upekka. Adibhava means upekka. With the power of panya, we have the quality of upekka. Quality of upekka. For example, Venerable Buddha Gosa have taken another Dhammagatha from Dhammapada. It's very well-known Gatha. Selo yatha eka ghano vatenana samirati evang ninda pasamsasu na samijjanti pandita. Selo yatha eka ghano, like a solid selo, solid stone, solid stone, vatenana, solid large stone, like a mountain. Solid mountain, solid rock, rocky rock, and it cannot be shake. It cannot be shaken by the power of wind. By the power of wind, never, uh, never change, never shaken. It's impossible thing. It's impossible. Likewise, evam ninda pasansasu nasamijjanti pandita. Likewise, Ninda pasansasu, why when you happen uh, praise or blame someone, you blame or you face to blame blemish things or graceful things, you are not uh, behave. You are not behave like badly. No, the samijjanti pandita, you have balanced mind. uh, your mind is not shaken at that time. Unchangeable mind. That's why uh, you are called Pandita. Every Pandita, even though you are not Pandita, you are not wise person, you cannot tolerate, you cannot be patient. You are not, you have no ability to patient to tolerate Ninda and Pasansa, blame and uh, praise. Then Venerable Buddha was very clearly mentioned uh, in that Gatha, Sabba Papa Sakarana, in that line mentioned Sīla, Kusala Supasampada, in that line have mentioned Samadhi, Sachitta Pariyodapanam. Sachitta Pariyodapanam means the entire meaning considered as the Vanya Etam Buddhana Sasanam, that is the old Buddha's advice. Advice. So, uh, furthermore, Tata Sīlena Tevijja Taya Upanishayo Pakasito Hoti. Another category, another group of the discussion. Tevijjataya Upanishayo Pakasito Hoti. Sīlena. By the power of Sīla, we can develop, we can achieve Tevijja. Tevijja means three kind of three kind of knowledge. Three kind of knowledge. What are the three? Ubbē nivāsānussati jnana and Chutūpapāta jnana and Āsavakkaya jnana. Ubbē nivāsānussati jnana, Āsavakkaya jnana, Chutūpapāta jnana and Āsavakkaya jnana. The triple knowledge, possessing triple knowledge, the knowledge of former births, Ubbē nivāsānussati, and knowledge of future birth of beings, that is the Chutūpapāta jnana, and knowledge of the that uproots of the cankers, defilements, asavakkaya jnana. Without sila, without moral conduct, we cannot achieve those triple knowledge. Sila is basement for that knowledge. That's why here mentioned silena devijjataya upanissayo pakasito hoti. And samadhin samadhi sampattin hi nissaya tisso vidya papunati. Accomplishing the moral, we can achieve, we can accomplish, we can gain, receive those tisso vidya, those triple knowledge. Silena, by the moral quality, we can go the near of those uh, triple knowledge after developing the sila sampatti, accomplishment of moral, we can uh, achieve, we can develop those thrice of knowledge. Na tatopara. Samadhina, uh, here, samadhina, chalabhinya upanissayo pakasito hoti. Samadhina, samadhin, samadhi sampattin nissaya, cha abhinya, papunati, na tato para. Concentration we can uh, develop. Cha abhinya, six kind of specific knowledge. I think you have already known about those things. Cha abhinya, uh, Dvida, Dibbasota, Dibbachakku, Parachitta Vijanana, Ubbe Nivasanusati, and Asavakkaya. Those are the sixfold abhinya, sixfold specific knowledge. By the power of concentration, we can develop those things. And Panyaya, Patisambhida, Panyaya, Chatassu, Patisambhida. Yes, Panyaya, Patisambhida, Pabedasa, Upanissayo, Pakasito Hoti. Pakasito Hoti. Panya Sampatting Nisaya, Chatasso, Patisambhida, Papunati, Na, Anyena Karani. By the power of Panya, we can achieve uh, fourfold Patisambhida, specific knowledge. Atta, Dhamma, Nirutti, Patibhana. Those are the four kind of knowledge. After developing Panya, wisdom, then only we can achieve or receive those four kind of knowledge. That is the another another category, another explanation of Sila Samadhi Panya. Then another explanation, the next one, Sīlenaca. Sīlenaca, Kama Kama Sukhanu Yoga Sankatassa. Kama Sukhanu Yoga Sankatassa. Kama Sukhanu Yoga Sankatassa. Antassa Vajjanam Pakasitang Hoti. Antassa Vajjanam Pakasitang Hoti. Samadhina Atta Kilamatanu Yoga Sankatassa. And Panyaya Majjima Patipatya Sevana Pakasitan Hoti. By the power of Sila, we can overcome, we can get rid of the Kama Sukallikanu Yoga, self indulgence. The one extreme delivered by Buddha in first Dhamma discourse called Dhamma Chakkappavatthana Sutta. By the power of Sila, by the quality of Sila, we can overcome the Kama Sukallikanu Yoga, Sila, the self-indulgence, and Samadhina, by the power of Samadhi, concentration. With the power of that quality, we can overcome, we can omit, abandon the Atta Kilamatana Yoga, self-mortification, the second extreme. Then Panya, by developing Panya, wisdom, it means Majjimaya Patipatya Sevanang Pakasitang Hoti. When you develop the Panya, it means you practice Majjima Patipatya. You associate with the uh, uh, eightfold, eight noble four path. Patipatya Sevanang Pakasitang. Seveti means associate. Associate. With the power of Panya, we are able to associate the eightfold path. Eightfold path. Arya Attangika Magga. Then another explanation. The second one, next one. Tata Silena. Tata Silena. Paya Samatikka Manupayo Pakasito Hoti. Samadhina Kamadatu Samatikka Manupayo. Panyaya Sabba Bhava Samatikka Manupayo. Silena Apaya Samatikka Manupayo. By the power of Sila, we can overcome uh, four, four kind of hell. Four kind of hell. Without the Sila, uh, we are we are unable to overcome four kind of hell. Uh, Sila is the main uh, quality that forced to overcome those hills. Sīlena apāya samatikkama manupayo pakasito. And samadhina, by the power of samadhi, with the power of samadhi, kama dhatu samatikka manupayo, kama dhatu, the kama world, sense sphere world. By the concentration, we can overcome the sense sphere world. Kama dhatu samatikka manupayo. And panyaya, sabbha bhava samatikka manupayo. It's very specific. With the power of panya, we can overcome entire, all, all the bhava, all the sphere, all the world by the power of panya. It is another explanation, another elaboration, another category of Sīla Samadhi Panya. And next one, Sīlena Padanga Pahana Vasena Kilesanam Pakasitang Hoti. Samadhina Vikambana Pahana Vasena. Panyaya Samuchedaka Pahana Vasena. There are three kind of uh, sub eradication levels. First one is Tadanga Pahana Kilesa Pahana. By the power of Sīla, we can suppress to the limited time our defilements. Only suppressing, only subdivision. Hmm? We cannot uproot, entirely uproot by the power of Sīla. But we can suppress our defilement to some extent. It's called Sadangappaha. And Samadhina Vikambanapaha. After the achieving Samadhi, after the achieving jhana level, we can overcome, we can suppress the lot of time period, the particular time. We can suppress our defilements up to the certain level, the certain time, but not completely eradication. But panyaya samuchcheda pahanam, samuchcheda pahana vasena, by the power of wisdom, insight, then only we can uproot, destroy, completely destruction of the whole defilements after developing panya. It's another explanation. Another explanation. And next one. Tata. Silena Kilesanam Silene Silena Kilesanam Vitikkama Patipakko Pakasito Hoti. Samadhina Paryuttana Patipakko. Panyaya Anusaya Patipakko. It's also very important. By the power of Sīla, we can stop the defilements overcoming out of our three doors. We can see the defilements come out of our body by the action, by the word, and our mentally actions, mentally thoughts. But by the power of Sīla, we can suppress, we can subdue our defilements without overcoming, without going out. And Samadhina, Pariyuttana Patipakko. Pariyuttana means although defilements cannot be seen the particular person, but in his mind, arise all those defilements. We cannot see that. When you angry with someone without doing action for that situation, we cannot see whether you are angry or not. uh. So, by the power of concentration, we can suppress our defilements, anger, delusion, or raga, lustful emotions. We can uh, able to suppress by the power of samadhi and panyaya. Anusaya patipakko. Anusaya means the dormant defilements. Dormant defilement. The defilements that slept in our mind. Those are not arising, uh, not arose in our mind. We can eradicate completely by the power of panya those defilements as well. Yes, that is the anusaya patipakko. Okay, that is the another explanation. Next one, Sīla cha, Sīla cha duccharita. Sīlena, Sīlena cha duccharita, duccharita sankilesa visodhanam pakasitam hoti. Sīlena cha duccharita sankilesa visodhanam pakasitam hoti. Samadhina tanha sankilesa visodhanam panyaya ditti sankilesa visodhanam. By the power of Sīla, we can um, overcome or we can remove our bad conduct, duccharita, bad conduct, bad behavior. We can remove our bad behavior by the power of Sīla. Okay, then uh, Samadhina tanha sankilesa visodhana. By the power of Samadhi, with the power of Samadhi, we can control our craving, desire. In Panyaya, Ditti Sankilesa Visodhanam. With the power of Panya, we can eradicate all the wrong views. Wrong views. That is called Ditti Sankilesa Visodhanam. This is another explanation of Sīla Samadhi Panya. And next one. Tata Sīlena Sotapanna Sīlena Sotapanna Sakadagami Bhavas Bhavasya Karanam Pakasitam Bhoti. Samadhina Anagami Bhavasya Panyaya Arahantas Sotapanno hi Sīlesu Paripurakarīti Buddho Tata Sakadagami Anagami Pana Samadhismin Paripurakari Arahapana Panyaya Paripurakari. Yes. Sotapanna Bhavasya Karanam Pana Sīla. Sīla is the Sotapanna and Sakadagami, the first and second level of the enlightenment. We must Sīla is must for that two levels. It doesn't mean the after the fourth and third level they are not virtual. Uh, but after the Anagami and Arahanta Pala, Sīla is uh, automatically restrained, automatically uh, protective, automatically protected, be protected. No need to get the effort to uh, protect the seal, to practice the zeal. Samadhina, uh, Samadhina anagami bhavasya. Uh, uh, with the power of samadhi, samadhi is mainly focused on anagami bhavasya, the third level of the enlightenment. Panyaya arahantasya. Panya means without panya we cannot be achieve the arahantship. Sotapanno hi Sīlesu paripūrakari buddho. Sotapanna, the first stage of sainthood, that person is completely fulfilled, accomplished with the Sīla, morally. Hatha Satadagami, as well as the second level. Anagami pada samadhismin paripurakavi. When you become the third level of enlightenment, then samadhismin paripurakavi, accomplished or fulfill all the levels of samadhi. And arahapana panyaya paripurakariti. The last stage of enlightenment, you are completely fulfilled or accomplished wisdom. Wisdom. That is the last explanation. That is the last explanation. So up to now, Venerable Buddha Ghosa have elaborate Sīla Samadhi Panya with the uh, nine kind of explanation. So, evam, ittavata. So far, evam ittavata, tissosika, uh, tissosika, and tissosika, tivida kalyanam sasanam, තේවිජ්ජතාදීනං උපනිස්සයෝ අන්තද්වය අන්තද්වය වජ්ජන මජ්ජිම පටිපත්ති සේවනානි අපායාදී සමතික්කමනුපායෝ තීහාකාරේහි ක්ලේසප්පහාන වීතික්කමාදීනං පටිපක්ඛෝ සංකිලේසත්තය විසෝදන සෝතාපන්නාදී භාවස්සච කාරණන්ති ඉමේ නව means nine. Those are nine categories. No, those are nine methods which can be explained Sīla Samadhi Panya in different ways. Different ways. Anyecha eva rupa gunattika pakasita honti iti nidana kata. So far, this paragraph, Venerable Buddha Ghosa conclude the nidanadi kata, the course of the explanation this part, this Sīla. That is the first chapter. First, not the first chapter, the sub chapter. Let's say the part of the chapter have concluded Venerable Buddha Ghosa. So, as a summary, we can say we have discussed about the entire Gata, Sīle, Patittaya, Narosapanyo by word we have discussed. And the Sīla Samadhi Panya in nine ways, nine categories, as well as then Buddha Ghosa conclude the Nidanadi Kata part. Next week we can start Sīla Niddesa, Atha Sīla Niddesa. This part we will start second next week. Okay. Now I am going to wind up my lecture, and any question related to the this part, Mr. Pankaj, are you there?
Yes, Bhante. Sadhu, 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 Bhante. Much gratitude, Bhante, for taking us through this part. I'll open up the forum for question and answer. Please raise your hand or unmute yourself and ask your question. If you have question in Hindi or Marathi, I can help with the translation with Bhante too. So please go ahead, raise your hand and ask your question. So with today's session, we have concluded Visuddhimagga Nidanadi Katha. So that section of the Visuddhimagga has been concluded, and the detailed explanation was with respect to the first Gatha from the Jata Sutta. Please go ahead with your question.
Vandami Bhante, Sheetal here Bhante.
Yes.
Bhante, my question is, so the Jati Panya, we are referring to the Ti Hetuka Patisandhi or Ti Hetuka Puggala. Is that correct, Bhante?
Jati Panya is a innate Panya. No? Yes. If we are born as Trihetuka Patisandhi, those people, those men or women have the Jati Panya, Sapanyo. Sapanyo Naro means Trihetuka Patisandhi Puggalo. Trihetu Patisandhi, man or women. Yes, you are correct.
Yes, Bhante. And the same questions go with that. The second type of Panya you referred, like a Pariharya Panya,
Mm.
is that whatever we like common sense or what we learn through by like whatever the mundane knowledge we gain through our education or learning the scriptures or Tipitaka or likewise, is that the correct understanding, Bhante?
Yes. Pariharya Panya means we have faced many kind of events in the society. Some are very poor to face so many difficult event. They are very failure to accept uh, difficulties difficulties. So we must have ability to face every and each situation around us. Uh, it is a kind of knowledge, kind of knowledge. That's called the Pariharya Panya, the knowledge to lead this life very peacefully, uh, without disturbances. It's a kind of common sense, no?
Yes.
Without common sense, we cannot lead our life very peacefully with without disturbances. Yeah,
Sadhu Bhante, I have
understood?
yes, Bhante, yes, Bhante.
Yes,
A follow-up question, I mean not the follow-up to this one, but like a Te Vidya. Um, so I'm little bit confused about the combination you mentioned. So Pubbe Nivasanusati, Dibba Chakku,
yes,
and Asavakkaya Jnana are the Te Vidya we called, or like where is the Chatupapata Jnana here, Bhante? It's like the two
yes.
different things.
Chutupapat. Yes, first one is Ubbe Nivasanusati. Second one is Chutupapata. Third one is Asavakkaya. Asavakkaya. Those are three kind of major major knowledge which is known as Devidya. Uh, yes, the question is what?
So, but
Question
the
is,
Vidya
yeah,
doesn't have the Dibba Chakku. That's in the
yes,
Chadabhinya.
yes. Dibba Chakku is another name for Chutupapata, Chutupapata Jnana. Yes,
Okay.
please remember. It's
Yes.
a synonym. It's a
Okay.
synonym.
Yeah, I was just like,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Sadhu, Bhante. Like, this is excellent. Very excellent.
Thank you, Bhante. Are there any questions? Please raise your hand. If you have question in Hindi or Marathi, I can help translate. Bhante, I do not see any questions here in the chat either or also online. So with your permission, Bhante, I'll try to take this session towards conclusion today. But before we do that, Bhante, may I request you to please do the Punyanumodana, Bhante?
Yes. After 1.5 hour, we have discussed valuable Dhamma discussion, and for 1.5 hours, we are completely lead our life, pure life. It means pure life without uh, defilements. At that period, in this periods, defilements never arise, did not arise in our mind. So it means we acquired much merits in our life, in our mind. So now I am going to transfer the acquired merits to my and yours, who are protected our life, the gods, divine beings, as well as our mind and yours, who departed ones. And lastly, I would like to um, vision our last destination, last vision, to be with good association with noble friends. Lastly, I wish all of you to achieve Nibbana as far as possible. Yes. Akasatthā ca bhummattā devānāgā mahiddhikā puññantaṃ anumoditvā chiraṃ rakkhantu sāsanam. Akasatthā ca bhummattā devānāgā mahiddhikā puññantaṃ anumoditvā chiraṃ rakkhantu lokasāsanam. Akasatthā ca bhummattā devānāgā mahiddhikā puññantaṃ anumoditvā chiraṃ rakkhantu maṃ paranti. Dhamme ñātīnaṃ hotu sukhitāः hontu ñātayo. Dhamme ñātīnaṃ hotu sukhitāः hontu ñātayo. Dhamme ñātīnaṃ hotu sukhitāः hontu ñātayo. Imina puñña kammeன Sataṃ samāgamo hotu yāvanibbānapattiya. Dhamme puñña kammaṃ āsavakkaya vaham hotu sabba dukkha pamudacchatu.
Sadhu, 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 Bhante. Much gratitude to you, Bhante, and much merit to you for giving us the Dhamma Desana today. With your permission, Bhante, can we close today's session?
Yes.
Yeah, next week, again, we will meet to continue our discussion to the next part. That would be Sīla Niddesa, Sīla Sarupadi Katha. We will start from there. And today we completed Nidanadi Katha on Visuddhimagga Pathamabhago. So with that, I would thank Bhante again with much gratitude. And we will see Bhante again one more time next week. Please join us.
Okay, sure. Okay.
Namo Buddhassa.